If you've just tuned in, warm welcome to you. And of course, if you are tuning in on Guitarist TV on YouTube, thank you so much for joining us as well. Like I say, it's a very special welcome to our one of our amazing supporters. His name is Timo Tex, and he's an amazing guitar player as well. I'm going to play some tracks off their album, off his band's album. The band is called VHF, and I'll be playing those after this. So in 2007, I was lucky enough to be in Wolverhampton at the time, and I had a chance to catch up with the guys from Thunder. And I'm going to play you the interview that was recorded back in those days. So here we go. This is the interview between myself and the two guitarists of Thunder.
About guys like shredding and all this kind of stuff, you know, basically in the metal area.
Enron, there was Enron, that went round, I understand. We're laughing at it, it's true. I bought a shredder, I don't know what the fuss is about. Can't get my guitar in it though, I keep trying.
But a lot of guitarists are using whammy bars, trim systems, that you guys have never used.
I find it hard enough just playing the bloody thing. I don't worry about it. I don't think it's a style thing. Once again, I think
it's not something that's not up this street.
I think in the 80s I had one of those white sort of Charvelli things. That was quite fun. It was good fun, you know. And what was it? Alan Murphy was it? Guy in Go West. Yeah, you know, that style of thing. That was great fun at the time, but I think you go back to most people. You go back to your roots. You know, Pagey never had one, and he had a violin bow. Yeah. It's just I think there was a real kind of 80s thing, and it sort of pervaded a lot of pop music, a lot of American pop music as well, that whole kind of Wayne Bar thing, and a lot of it was Wayne down with Van Halen, I would have thought. But it was, and strangely though, he's not like any of those guitar players. He's not, nothing like that.
He's a complete one-off, and I think he's got a lot more in common with Hendrix than he has with Joe Satriani, for instance. But, all those kind of techno-type technical guitar players, I find it soulless. Like Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, you have to go, God, what technique, but so what? You know, even Yngwie Malmsteen, it's just like, it doesn't move me. I don't understand what the fuss is about. You know, give me Paul Kossoff any day. You know, one note every 3 minutes. Why work harder than you have to?
It's like a building, isn't it? You know, you can have a great architect makes a building, or you can have a guy that puts up a block of flats in 5 minutes. And it's a similar thing. What you end up with is a square block of flats or something quite nice to look at.
Well, I think the hardest thing actually is sort of like I've always seen guitar solos should be like that should be complementing the music in a way that the vocal does. It's just that the fact that the singer's actually stopped singing for a moment, which is a rare thing in Thunder Rock. Keep his mouth shut. Shut up, I'll do the solo. Don't say anything.
Stop shouting all over me solo.
Yeah. So I think it has to hold the attention. It can't be just like a meaningless afterthought. It has some melodic structure and vitality. And a lot of the time that might be improvised, but some of the time you do have to sit and think about it and not. I always try and improvise first, and if that's not working, I have to take myself to one side and say, well, all right, how are we going to do this? What is it we're trying to do here? And then you kind of think about it, and then maybe you'll start with some sort of melodic theme which will develop another idea. But that's all part of the composition to me.
For me, the real great solos throughout the years, the ones that you can sing. You know, you can't. If it's like shredding solo, you can't go to your mates. You know that solo that goes. No, but you know, I can sing half a dozen of the great solos. You know instantly which ones they were because you know you can sing them. They're melodic.
Yeah.
I think if you try and do that. I think certainly when he's got someone like Danny singing, you need to bolster what he's doing. It doesn't really have a place. I dislike that. As Luke said, it's quite nice to see someone going for it, and you think, well, yeah, absolutely fabulous technique. But
there should also, I mean, it's like everything else. Any musical passage, like I said, it is part of the kind of composition process in a way, but it should have like a sense of humour as well, or a misery about it, according to what you
an emotion
do. Yeah. You should be able to it should articulate something.
Yeah, quite agree. One of the strong points about Thunder is, of course, that Benny plays keyboard, and you're very accomplished.
No, I'm a good bluffer.
And you bluff me, mate.
And the rest of the band.
So you have a tendency to be able to just slot in that nice Hammond sound, just to fill up the background during the quiet part or rock and roll. What started first, keyboard or the guitar?
Good question. I actually first picked up a guitar, and then put it back down again, and then I was shuffled off to piano lessons at the local vicarage with the vicar's daughter. She was quite nice, and then I gave that up and got back into the guitar, and then they sort of went in tandem for a while. Then I dropped.
Oh, wow, what was that? I don't know.
Baby, you and me were meant for higher ground.
All right, higher ground it is. Reaching thunder this afternoon.
I feel the wind blow on the corner, and I'm looking down along this dead-end street. People are getting older, but they don't give a damn. Their lives are incomplete. It don't look no better than it did before, and I know what's happening behind each door. If I don't get out today, I'm gonna waste my life away. That's a part that I can't play. I don't wanna spend my whole life in this town. I can feel it driving me away. Baby, you and me were meant for higher ground. Got to steal away. As a young boy, I didn't fit in, and I knew it then, I wouldn't be the same. That was only in the beginning, and as the time rolled on, deeper grew the pain. So give me one good reason why I should stay. I think I got enough money for the late night train. There's a world you'll never see, but I feel there in my dreams. It's calling out to me. I don't wanna spend my whole life in this town. I can feel it driving me away. 'Cause baby, you and me were meant for higher ground. Got to steal away. If I don't get out today, I'm gonna waste my life away. And that's a part that I can't play. I don't wanna spend my whole life in this town. I can feel it driving me away. Baby, you and me were meant for higher ground. Got to steal away. I don't wanna spend my whole life in this town. I can feel it driving me away. Baby, you and me were meant for higher ground. I don't wanna spend my whole life in this town.
So this afternoon, if you've just tuned in, warm welcome to you. Michael de Jager on the Big Rock Show. We are featuring one of the most amazing bands that came out of the UK in recent times, a band called Thunder. And I had the privilege of interviewing the band in 2007. And I'm playing that for you right now.
Closest a keyboard ever gets to being a guitar. If you hold a fifth down on a Hammond through a good Leslie, it'll sound like a guitar. I mean, John Lord's sound, it's very, very guitar sounding Hammond organ. And so for me, it's a great keyboard instrument, certainly for thunder, because you can make quite a lot of noise with it, and it's also those tender moments with the backed off sound. It articulates those passages really well as well. So I've always fought against the big. Well, we talked about it on this tour. Actually, big string sounds, and it's something that I've always not overly been keen on trying. Just because the Hammond can do so much. Yeah. Between a Hammond and a piano, you've got pretty much most things covered. I mean, the stuff I do tonight, the cello will be replaced by bass and a Hammond, for instance, and I think it works really well. I would, if it was necessary, I'd bring in something else, but I kind of fight tooth and nail not. Well, that's complicated. I've got 7 guitars over on my side. It's just ludicrous at the moment. I looked over his side. He's got 3.
How do you play the guitar on the stand? The acoustic guitar on the stand? Is there a technique you learn to do that?
Well, it's necessity, really, more than anything. I think the first person I saw do it was Steve Howe with Yes, the Reading Festival when I was 15, 1975. And I remember him playing the start of Roundabout. He had it kind of weird, he had it sort of set up almost facing upwards, and I thought that's very strange. And then I saw somebody else, I can't remember who it was. But I figured there must be a way to do it. So we, the first time the band toured, we tried to sort of locate one of these sort of stands. I think the first stand that I had was we actually had made in a kind of metal workshop.
It's almost impossible to find one, wasn't it? Well, it was impossible to find.
And that was the guitar was an Ovation with the
round back.
The idea of the round back. Christ, how we get, So I literally had this thing with a great big lump of cast iron with G clamps on it, and it looked like a kind of medieval torture device. And just getting my arm around it was a miracle. But and then somebody told me about the thing that we still use now, it's called a Gracie stand, and managed to get my hands on one. And of course, being left-handed, I thought, oh God, it's going to be backwards, but it actually wasn't. It actually works both ways. It's great. It's good. And it works like the same way a mic stand works. You can have it as high as low as you want, or you can tilt it towards you, or what have you, and you can get the neck high or whatever it is you need to do. They're fairly solid. I mean, I've had the guitar fall out of one once, but that was just sort of just one of those things that happens, but that's great. It's nice to be able to walk up to it and walk by it. I mean, I have to have my roadie kind of stand, it has an A/B switch that switches it out as soon as I walk away from it. Because with that and turning the other guitar up and trying to walk to the microphone stand, and too many things to worry about.
And think of the next backing vocal line.
Yeah, so. But it's kind of developed out of necessity, really, and it allows us to do that thing of going in and out of the acoustic guitar and stuff like that. But the problem is that having over the years been with a major label, then having been with a couple of different independent labels, you see both sides of the coin in as much that with a major label things like budget, amount of employees to do any one particular job aren't a problem. However, when the problem is you can get a bit lost in the system in a major label. You go to an independent label when you have an opposite set of problems. There's not as much money. The people working there probably aren't quite as good, which can be frustrating as well. And I suppose if you've been in this as long as we have and you don't learn anything, then you're kind of wasting your time, really. So the point. After the band had split up, we got back together again. We talked about it, and because we didn't, we figured it would only be a limited sort of release anyway. We thought, well, why don't we take control of the situation? And that way, also, we keep hold of our own copyright, which is very important, I think.
Talking to Luke Morley there of Thunder. And we're cracking on with their vibes. This is one of their favourite tracks, one of my favourite tracks from the album. This is called Broken Dream.
Every day I spend my time drinking wine, feeling fine, waiting here to find the sign that I bloody flowers push their heads into the air. I don't care if I ever know. There I go. Don't push your love too far. Your wounds won't leave a scar. Right now is where you are, in a broken dream. On the pad before my eyes, paper cries, telling lies. The promises you gave from the grave of a broken heart. In the days between the arms, ivory towers, bloody flowers push their heads into the air. I don't care if I ever know. There I go. Don't push your love too far. Your wounds won't leave a scar. Right now is where you are, in a broken dream. Did someone bow their head? Did someone break the bread? Good people are in bed before 9 o'clock. Every day I spend my time drinking wine and feeling fine, waiting here to find the sign that I can't understand. Yes, I am. Oh, don't push your love too far. You know your wounds will leave a scar. Right now is where you are, in a broken dream. Hear what I sing out here. I sit here in my lonely towers and bloody flowers. I sit here in my lonely
Beautiful songs written by Luke Morley, guitar player extraordinaire from the band called Thunder, who I managed to interview in 2007. And let's carry on.
We run our website. We talk to them. So it's kind of, for somebody else who didn't know that, to come in and tell us how to do things.
That's been, after being in the band for 17 years, was it?
Yeah.
Plus we're all in the industry before that. We've been in the music industry for quite a considerable amount of years, and most of the people that we would have been dealing with wouldn't have had nowhere near the amount of experience we would have had. So, what usually happens is people like ourselves leave bands and go and work for major record labels, except we didn't. We just decided to stay in the band and become a label ourselves and use our knowledge anyway, which I think it's worked out well. It's worked out very well over the years for us.
Well, it does. I mean, the other thing is that everybody has different things to, as well as everybody's role, as
musicians.
Performer in the group. I mean, Danny is a natural deal maker, and he's incredibly meticulous. So he tends to spend most of his time doing that, exactly running the label on a day-to-day basis. Ben's an engineer, which is great, which means that this album, Ben engineered 90% of it and mixed it as well. Obviously I write the songs and produce the records, and kind of have I don't know what an overall kind of
creative
thrust,
management,
whatever. And Chris, the bass player, is very, very useful with he does a lot of the band's artwork. So between us, there's lots of things that
one of his
there you go. There's lots of things that everybody contributes, as well as their kind of roles as a musician. So that's good. Then it is like a little independent label. It's just that we are the only employees.
We're very lucky we can cover pretty much all the bases. I do a bit of web stuff as well, actually, so we can cover pretty much everything now.
Well, the thing that's worth mentioning as well is our website, which is kind of the fulcrum of everything we do, really. And a guy
that's enabled us to have our own label.
It has, yeah. Without that, and without the internet, and without without all those things that exist now that didn't exist 10 years ago, I think it would be very difficult.
Yeah,
but because we can, it's our kind of way of communicating with our punters. It's invaluable, and the lad that runs the site for us is Finny.
Thanks, Finny.
Is great, and he doesn't do it. It's not his full-time job. A lot of times it must seem like it is, but
we do feel sorry.
He loves doing it and does a great job, and our website is much admired, and but I think then in that position you have to embrace the fact that it is, like I said, the main thrust of what you do.
So if John Public wanted to buy your CD, DVD, they can download them off your website?
Yeah, well, not off their website, but they can link through to iTunes or what have you. They can link through to our shop as well to buy things, or they can still walk into the shop in their high street and buy them.
You have universal distribution. So it's major distribution through retail and download and online. We'll sell it to you whatever way you want it.
So we have to try and cover all their bases.
Junk stalls.
That's right.
We're everywhere. We work with a trick.
I think that's about covered everything. Is there anything else that you'd like to?
Do you want to come out now?
No, should we tell about Harry then? No, we better not.
That is my mate. Well, guys, thank you so much for spending the time with us. I know we've taken a bit more than we should have.
No worries.
I was very grateful to you.
So there you go. From the mouth of Luke Morley and Benny, the two guitar players. Benny plays keyboards as well for Thunder, and I thought that was one of my very first interviews for Guitarist TV. So it was, basically straight out of TV college, if you like, and doing that interview with those guys. And at first they were a little bit, we won them over. They're such lovely gentlemen. Loved the show that night too. It was absolutely amazing, and the after show was absolutely brilliant. So we hope Tony gets better, and one of these days we'll see them performing live on tour again. So let's to take it out is
Michael de Jager.
So after a couple of years, it was the interview with Thunder was 2007. So I was living in Wolverhampton at the time, and of course, Guitarist TV had been going for about a year. Joe Satriani started guitar, he launched it with us and in Birmingham, and that was there was a couple of interviews with those two guys, at the Civic Hall in Wolverhampton. And when we went to do the interview, we were told to go upstairs and of course into the change rooms, which are on the second floor. And so we went up with all the gear set up, and they said, you guys can use Harry's room. I thought, okay, so who's Harry? Harry is the drummer. And Harry James, of course, and he's an amazing drummer. Of course, Harry wasn't in on the interview, but he was in the room at the time, and we sort of hijacked his change room to do the interview. And that was organised by Benny and Luke, of course, you know. So anyway, I got introduced to Harry, and I said thanks, you know, I really appreciate that, and he was really cool, you know. And never thought much of it. But many years later, I was recording my own album, and who was in the studio? Well, actually, I was talking to Mark, the engineer, you know, and he said, well, why don't you ask Harry to play kit for you, you know? I said, Harry from Thunder? He said, yeah. I said, he will never play drums on my album. So I phoned him, Harry, Mark here, I'm doing this album. Would you come and play drums for us? And he said, yeah, sure, no problem. So that was it. Harry joined the corps, and we recorded the album, and it took a couple of years, but we got it done in the end. And I'm going to play one of the tracks off that album. The album was called Let's Rock, and it was, you know, I think I released it 2 or 3 years ago. Anyway, so on the drums on this next track is Mr. Harry James. Enjoy. Yeah, not the easiest track in the world to play drums to. It's really, it's quite a rocker. And Harry James, you're a machine, my bro. Thank you so much.
Hitline.
Well, this is, I think, one of the last hitlines we have this afternoon, or we have time for, anyway. It is, of course, NCB Radio and the Big Rock Show. I'm Michael de Jager. Thank you so much for being with us being with me for a couple of hours on a great Saturday afternoon. Here we go. This is VHF for you. It's 3 in a row from those guys. Fantastic production by VHF, featuring our guitar player who's with us at the moment on YouTube, Mr. Tebow Tex. Amazing song, Tebow. Thank you. Coming up next, Get Up and Talk. Great song by VHF there. Number 2, go on, number 3 in a row. Last one in the set for VHF coming up right now. If you call for me.
Silence are playing games of fate with defeating kings. Same old dream wakes me. I can see the city burning down. If you call for me, I will live for you any day. If you call for me, you don't want to turn the page. You like rain, chasing the shades away. If you call for me, just say my name. Ace of fate, circle up all the houses of stone. I wish to go on, but the dream won't leave me alone. If you call for me, I will live for you any day. If you call for me, you don't want to turn the page. You like rain, chasing the shades away. If you call for me, just say my name. Means I'm just pretending to see like music. You can dismiss the face. If you call for me, I will live for you any day. If you call for me, you don't want to turn the page. You like rain, chasing the shades away. If you call for me, just say my name. If you call for me, I will live for you any day. If you call for me, you don't want to turn the page. You like rain, chasing the shades away.
Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant vocals, guitars, with everything. You can't fault it. It's just superb, Timo. Congratulations. An absolutely amazing song. Amazing song, amazing production. VHF, ladies and gentlemen. If you see them on the shelf, just put it in your basket.
NCB Radio.
With your host, Michael de Jager.
Hitline. Oh, we've got a hitline to go. Okay, so sometimes during the show, I have some background music playing, just like instrumental stuff. And I'd like to play 3 songs which belong to a guy called Jan Sakra. He is an amazing guitar player, and he's an English guitarist, but deserves all of the credit. Let's play 3 songs from him. Great guitar playing. Here we go. superb. You can hear lots of little Satriani/Y things going on there. Amazing stuff, Jan.
Is just a dog's bollocks, is it not? I say, old chap. Fancy a bit of the old rock and roll?
This one is called Angel. Jan Cypher. Here we go. Amazing style of composition, isn't it? You know, you can do like seriously fierce rock, which was incidentally the name of the track that I've just played. And this one is called Angel, and it's like very, you know, it's very sort of ethereal, if you like. It's really nice, though. I enjoy it. Nice one, yeah.
Rock Radio, the best of British, old chap.
Oh, I need a drink of water, of course. Yes. So here we go. It's the last song of the afternoon. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you very much, Timo, for your support as usual. It's amazing to have at least somebody that I can talk to while we're doing this. And Tim as well. Tim, thanks for tuning in and giving us a bit of a chat. And everybody else that's been very quiet, but just watching, you know, that's the name of the game, of course. It is coming up to 5 o'clock, another minute, and it'll be time out for me. So, NCB Radio, thank you so much. What an amazing show, and amazing people on this radio station, Durban Rock Radio. Thanks for hosting us. Guitarist TV, wow, the best. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll catch up with you next week, same time, same place. Adios, muchachos. Love you. Bye. There we go. That's it. Cheers.